Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Tonight we polish off Week 10 with a good Monday night matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Prescott looks to throw right away. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. These two teams met in Nashville earlier in the year with the Titans coming away victorious. So a win here in Nashville would give them the season series.
And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
A man who played his college ball here in the Volunteer State of Memphis, Antonio Gibson.
Touchdown, Jaguars!
Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
The Titans at 3-6 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
On second down, this is Harris.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
No gain on the play there, second down.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Finding Harris over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. From the gun, Herbert on third down. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And some room to work. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
103 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
They'll run with Gibson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
On 2nd down, it's Knight, and he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
And he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville.
Antonio Gibson with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku.
And he will have the Titans first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Sometimes it's design, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now the throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. To throw again on second down. Herbert. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 41-yard line. Herbert throwing again. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
He gets it complete to Harris. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On first down, Justin Herbert. Setting up the screen, Harris. No gain on the screen there at second down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Herbert back to the air. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes you're fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And he gets it down to the 32.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second down, a run with Gibson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Once more, Gibson. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Herbert. Going deep for Diggs. It's caught inside the 25.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On first down, it's Herbert.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so it went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Herbert. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Titans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Boy, 184 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Jags are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
They'll try to run with Gibson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Gabriel Davis in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Again, Herbert. It's brought in by Harris. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 40. Back to throw here, Herbert. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Herbert now. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Now Prescott. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. And the Jaguars send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Taken in at the 22.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Harris. And he will have the Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. To the air again, Herbert. It's Najee Harris now on back-to-back plays with a catch. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Herbert off the play action. Dancing to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On second and 10, Herbert. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to pick up the Titans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Thomas brings it in, and he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 23 yards on the play. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
This likely a must-have, third and goal.
Here's Herbert. And he's got it. And it's a Titans touchdown.
Najee Harris.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Titans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, all of a sudden, we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a two-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. Looking to throw on second down. Prescott, he finds his man, complete. That's Knight. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a third down and 12. Drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On third down, it's Prescott. Hunter Henry brings it in. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to make it fourth down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is fielded at the 7. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over first and 10. Herbert setting up to throw on first down.
They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Titans.
Calvin Austin,
65 yards.
And the Titans have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown. A big-time special teams play here in the fourth quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A big play that time for the Titans. 42 yards. Play action. It's Herbert. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert. He finds Austin complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 18. Herbert operating from the red zone. That's complete right around the 8. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 9. 2nd and about a yard. Harris running straight ahead. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Herbert. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
They hand this off to Harris. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Again, it's Harris. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers. Anyone who's going to lay down a block, don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 18. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Herbert to throw. That's going to be caught. It's Austin. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. Throwing, Herbert. And he's got his target, Harris. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Now Herbert. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Herbert going to throw.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteed quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Well, they got themselves in position to at least entertain the thoughts of an overtime, but as it turns out, it was not meant to be, Charles.
And you feel bad for a kicker in this spot. He's going to have to shoulder a lot of the blame, but in reality, this will be a team loss. They didn't do enough collectively.